Hello, Bela. It is not Sunday. It's not even close to Sunday. It's Wednesday. But that's not going to stop us from reviving Kip Sibs today. So what I wanted to talk about was how I grew up looking at teachers through this sort of binary lens of like either really, really worthy of my respect or really, really not worthy of my respect. Like a spectrum, sort of. And it's interesting because now I think that looking at it that way for all these years has pushed me to be awkward around these teachers who are actually starting to get like close to my age, some of them, which is kind of freaky. I'm old now, apparently. But also it's like, even the ones that aren't close to my age, it's like they'll start acting normal around me because, I don't know, I'm kind of tall. And also I dress and act like an adult, I guess. I guess I am an adult. That's the craziest part. But, like for me, it still feels like I'm part of this game where like, I have to like watch my words and watch how I behave and make sure I don't say the wrong thing so they don't get mad. But for them, they're just like chilling out. And sure, like I'm a student, but I'm still like an adult. So it's kind of like we're on this weird, like I'm not expected to talk to them the way that like a yeshiva student is expected to talk to a rabbi. It is interesting how the Jewish community focuses so much on respecting education. And I think that that's a really good thing. But I do think that respecting education can sometimes lead into worshiping it. And I think that worshiping education, although it sounds like a good idea in theory, we can make a religion out of this. I can't help but think that when you worship anything, you are beyond doubting it. And you should be able to doubt even your own learning methods. Because, I mean, if your learning methods as a teacher, for example, and the teacher's not doing a good job, some doubt might help, you know what I mean? But that's okay. Anyway, that was just a thought that's been on my mind because two of my professors lately, both of them for the summer classes, one for summer A, Dr. Lee, and one for summer B, Dr. Parancheri, both incredible teachers, like really, really good at their job. Like not just learning about the material, not just studying the material, not just focusing on how to convey the material, but focusing on how to convey it such that students understand it. Oh my God, can you believe that? I like that a lot. Dr. Parancheri at office hours yesterday told me that every time he does this class, Games and Decisions, that I'm currently taking, he will ask students like me about where we're confused, what's going wrong, how we can make it better next time. And he actively makes it better next time. And like, I can tell that I am not the first iteration because this class is really, really well designed. There's clearly a lot of thought put into it. And what's interesting is that as the class goes on, he is editing the slides, like, and admitting to mistakes. And saying, oh, I could have done this better. I could have explained this better. I could have taught this better. And like when there's a student in class who like doesn't understand what's going on, who like is kind of awkward in the back, like I don't get it, but I guess I'm going to shut the fuck up. Like he's like, well, no, let's go into this. And I just love that about him, honestly. And the first professor was Dr. Lee, who is super cool. Walked into her first office hours, immediately noticed the anarchy sign. So that was a good sign, literally. But anyway, I like this new way of looking at teaching. Like it itself is a subject and not just the conveying of other subjects. And therefore we need to be able to critique teachers. A lot of times people today are so often on the side of like, oh, teachers are always great. They're the best. We need to pay them more. Or like, oh, we need to pay teachers less. Or, oh, we need to cut public school funding so we can do vouchers and everyone's got an opinion. But like, I feel like those kind of opinions are not really well thought out. They're more so just other people repeating what has been told to them by other people who they respect more than other people who say different things that they don't respect. I think that the actual way to get good at critiquing teachers, because they should be critiqued, believe me, they should, if they want to get better anyway, is to like ask ourselves, how can this class be done better? How can it be said? How can the environment be such that shy kids feel like they can speak up? How can the environment be such that kids who are a bit behind in math can find a way to catch up very quickly without slowing down the rest of the class? What resources can we provide them? What kind of attitude do you want to have going into a classroom to set the mood for like an open discussion or like a very focused lecturing class, you know? I think I'm just so impressed that there are actually people thinking about these things, that there are actually people working on these things and working on making them better. I don't really know where to go with that. I think that speaks for itself. But hey, this has been a very fun rant. And before I let you go, I would like to show you what is in the background. Look at that. It looks like God is about to bitch slap Earth. Or take a piss on it anyway. Just like, dang. That's beautiful, isn't it? I hung around with a British person once, and now I say in it. Anyway, Bela, I'm gonna go do some homework, and I will see you perhaps on Sunday.